Well, it depends whether it's, if it's a shuffle. I mean, sometimes like a blues will just sit on, which is going to do it, whereas other times you want to do like a sort of a shuffle, And the thing about it is also, if you're practicing live, you hear a line, don't try and play it fast. Play it really, really, really slow. I mean, it's the hardest thing with a metronome or a drum machine too that keeps you. And then you can, and also recording yourself is invaluable. I found that recording at home is so invaluable because oh wow, that's where, see when you do that passage, because you might be, like, okay, you'll sit. But now if you're sloppy in that, it's like, the groove's gone. If you rush it or slur it, but, so really slow. To get that articulation. Articulation is a really important thing in the bass. Because what you need to do as a bass player and a drummer, well actually on every instrument, but I do find that drummers and bass players tend to focus a little more on this, is pulse, is your inner pulse. And I used to practice, I used to have a thing that I used to do. I had a foot switch on a drum machine. Not a foot switch, a mute thing, so that the drum machine would continue going. So play along with something, then stop it, but you keep playing, and then when you bring it in, see if you're still in time with it, And that's a great thing to test whether you rush and to strength. So all the time, what a metronome does, it's a little bit like, wiring around a sapling. It gives it a way of growing to make it strong. You won't need it in the future because your own inner metronome will be so powerful that you can rely on it. And that's the important thing, because it's speeding up and slowing down. I mean, speeding up and slowing down can be a tool as long as you're in control of it. But if you're not in control of it, speeding up and slowing down, it makes for a sloppiness and an uneasiness that the listener, or especially if someone wants to dance, it's not going to feel as good, I mean, if you slow it down, dig it in, but you're purposely doing it, that's a different thing. Or if you're rushing a passage to make it more exciting, that's a different thing too. But if you're doing it because your chops are not up to speed, because you're stretching for your technique, or you haven't developed your pulse sufficiently. Unfortunately, a lot of musicians that work solo, this happens to them a little bit because they don't work with other musicians or a drummer or two, and they can kind of go where they want to go. And then when they go and try and play with other people, sometimes they're a little bit out of time,